Hey, this is Glendon, founder of Hustlers Kung Fu, the place that you come to learn how to make money without a job. Tonight we're going to talk about something that I've gotten a lot of questions about. People have been like, how do you do this? What kind of camera do you use? Hey, should I put up X amount of videos on YouTube? I'm going to answer some of those questions, and let's see, let me turn this down a little bit. Okay, that seems to be better. Cool. We'll answer those questions and some more. Be sure to subscribe. And for those of you who are serious, and I do mean really, really serious about YouTube, I got a special. It's under the video. Check it out if you want. And I'll talk about some other stuff in a minute. So let's see what's going on here. We got Lamode in the house. Super interested in this one. Can't wait. Amplify 25. All right, let's go into the explain mode. I don't make money from YouTube in the manner that most people make money from YouTube. I never have. Matter of fact, my AdSense this month is pretty crappy, but you know, money's money, right? So we're going to talk about the journey of how I made money on YouTube. And we're going to start at the beginning. We're not going to jump around. We're going to start at the beginning. It's going to be very, very linear. Okay, so the first thing is I intentionally, started this channel to make money. And you have many people who say that it's absolutely categorically the wrong way to start a YouTube channel. You should start a YouTube channel for the love of it. You should have this passion in your heart, and money shouldn't have anything to do with it. And if at some point money happens, be thankful. I don't subscribe to that school of YouTube. I created this channel in 2009 to make money. I succeeded in making money by October. So I started in August, September, October, November, and it started to begin gradually. And also back then, I could not make money from AdSense with YouTube. It wasn't possible. It wasn't on the map, right? All right, so the first thing is I use YouTube as a marketing device. It is a marketing tool. I still use it in that manner today. Now, if you want to use YouTube, you need to have something thought out. I know, once again, all of this goes against everything that you hear with, you know, just do YouTube for the love of it. I'm not with that. So you need to have an agenda. You need to have something that you want to do. You need to do some research. Now, with your channel, to start, answering questions, because if you got a question about YouTube, how to make money with YouTube, throw it up in the comments. YouTube is a connector. YouTube itself is not the grand thing. It's not the juice, so to speak. YouTube is a device and a tool. Now, keep that in mind when you're working on your stuff and building your channel, because essentially it's all about the audience, right? Now, when I started this channel, I went on YouTube and I did some research. I was looking at the number of people who were talking about resale stuff. Terminal 99, he's an OG. He's been around forever. Dan Dotson of Storage Wars, he had a channel before he had Storage Wars. These were the 36 people, part of the 36 people that I could find. So I knew that a lot of people like buying stuff, selling stuff. So I knew it was an audience. I just didn't know how big it was. So I started with an audience first. I did not start with, oh, let me just throw some stuff up. It was very contrived. It was very calculated. It was a plan. There was a methodology behind the madness. So if you want to make money with YouTube, have a plan. Now, one of the things that you have to look at is who's your audience and will they buy something? One of the things that many YouTubers do to kill themselves in the foot is they act like they're allergic to money. You'll hear such language as, I'm not doing this for money. This isn't sponsored. They are so scared that somebody would think that they did something for money. This isn't sponsored. I didn't get paid for this. They go on and on and on and on and on to talk about these things, right? You're shooting yourself in the foot. You're creating friction, because if you never bring that up, now I will say, due to new rules, that if you have a sponsored post, like if it's something like, hey, this post is sponsored by Hairbrushes or Us or something like that, legally you have to mention that. So there's really no reason for you to say, hey, I'm not doing this for money. You don't even have to bring that up, because if you're doing it for money, it will be disclosed due to FCCA regulations and so on and so forth. Now, let's talk about the different ways to make money. I've toyed around with this, which is like the offer below. If you want to talk to me one-on-one about video marketing, making money with a YouTube channel, that's going to be the ticket, that offer below. It's called YouTube Unshaved Consulting. I'll walk you through certain things, set you up, teach you how to do all this stuff, and create a package for you. Now, for those of you who want to build a YouTube channel, hear me and listen well. Do not build a YouTube channel. Build a business, a brand, a company. That should be your first thought. That should be the first thing you think about. This isn't a YouTube channel. This is an organization. This is a company. This is a business. Give you something that you can do legally. You go ahead and incorporate an LLC, right? My YouTube channel's never been in my name. Incorporate an LLC, do the proper paperwork, get a business checking account, hook up your AdSense where it's also in the name of the LLC. That is a business apart from you. What you can do is then, when you go out and you start buying equipment and doing all these things, you can start to legitimately write the expenses off of your YouTube channel. If you, once again, do the right things with the right structure. You go on location, like say you want to fly to Miami to do a video. You do it on your corporate name and you do the video in Miami. The plane ticket's tax deductible, the hotel's tax deductible, the foods. Why? Because you went to Miami to do the video. That's a business expense. And while you're not doing the video and you want to hang out at the beach or catch some waves or party a little bit, that's perfectly legal and acceptable, because your main primary purpose for going to Miami was to make that video. You make that video, you've achieved your business goal. You could literally save a lot of money off your taxes if you have a job, if you set up your YouTube channel correctly. I'm talking crazy money. I'm talking some that a lot of you would be like, whoa, that's kind of blowing my mind. I didn't know you can do this stuff. Now, let's talk about ways I make money. Do I make money from AdSense? No. I make a little money. This year, I'll probably do 14, maybe 16,000. You know what? Actually, let me do something real quick. I might be able to pull this up. Hold on a second. I can tell you. This shows you how much I pay attention to it. Because normally I'm on top of my numbers, but this is, let's see. Let's go in here. Let's see what they're going to bring up. Come on, baby. Show me the money so I can let folks know how much money I'm going to make for AdSense. Let's see. They've changed the interface. They've done it again. One thing you can count on Google to do is continually change stuff. So let's see. Come on, come on, come on down. Yeah, I got it. Get out of here. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Will it, if you report, I'm going to tell you this stuff just to kind of give you a clue to where I'm going to be. Let's see. Aha. So let's go all the way to January. Start there. And let's go here now. right, where is, okay, that report didn't work. Like I said, they've changed all this stuff around. I'm going to stay with this because I'm going to actually tell you. Oh, I know why this won't work, because I was up with that jacked up multi-channel network, that MCN. Dang. Okay, so just off the top of my head, roughly 16 to 17,000. That's what it's going to be for AdSense this year. Now, to go ahead and talk about income this month, I've made over 20,000 this month. Plus, with some other stuff I'm going to go, I'll probably double. So I've made more money in 1 month than I make all year with AdSense. And I actually earn more than the average YouTuber because my videos are long and there's multiple ads. And I've actually changed that because I've stopped putting so many ads in there and I've started promoting me and my business. Now, the first way was with an ebook. Create an ebook, put it out, and I use this channel to drive traffic to urbanpackrat.com. However, that's not the way to do it today. You've got to have a better plan because sending traffic off of YouTube hurts your channel. So you want to keep as much traffic on YouTube as possible. Now, I'm doing some stuff that's a little different from that, but I have a plan. And also, I have inventory. I have so many videos that people find me every day, new people. But that was the most unusual way in the beginning that I made money with a YouTube channel. Nobody was really doing it. You know, you'll hear people, I mean, seriously, how many people talk about they'll talk about their book, they'll combine it with something else. But there was nobody doing that in 2009. There was nobody. Now, the second way that I make money with YouTube is, and you'll see more of this next year, I'll post my phone number onto the channel. Now, what this is called is inbound marketing. Essentially, I put out content, then people find me, and if they're curious enough, then they will pick up the phone, call, come in, and get a piece of the action. They're like, hey, can you help me? So this is almost like this is a marketing advice in many different ways, from using a phone number, from using in CTAs, which are calls to action in the videos, from having links under the video. See, there's like 6 different places you can put stuff on the video, around the video, or on the channel that can get people to buy from you. And that's something that I've been doing. So that's really unusual because I went out and I talked to some people who do video, and this is the main way that many people make money with video. They will create a product and they'll do what's called paid advertising, and they'll drive a lot of traffic to a landing page, right? That doesn't always work very well because so many people are doing that the inventory for the AdSense is not unlimited. You know, it's finite. It's not infinite. It's finite. So if you've got 2,500 people bidding on the same keywords, what's going to happen is those keywords are going to appreciate drastically. So you could literally be paying $20, $40, $50, $60, $70, $80, $90 for a click in certain demos, which if you got the money and the numbers work out, that's not bad. But if you're just beginning, that is murder. It's just not going to work. I don't do my pay-per-click advertising the way that many other people's. I don't actually send traffic to a landing page. I send it somewhere else. And that's just worked much, much, much better. Now, with creating a channel in 2017 and beyond, there's some things you're going to have to look at. One, look at your age, who you are, and where you stand in the world. If you are a 40-some-year-old business person trying to act like a 25-year-old kid, it's probably not going to work. When young folks, 25 under, come on, like it's a guy or it's a girl, they're really, really good looking, then they're just like, hey, I'm here, I'm going to get coffee. It works. But you're 40 years old, and even if you look good, you're still 40. They're not watching because their demographic want to see their peers. They don't want to see you, they want to see your peers. So this is positioning. This comes into what you have to do in terms of putting together a very robust and vigorous marketing plan. Now, there's a lot of people who are kind of like looking at this and they're not hearing the same thing of build a channel, put out a lot of content, be everywhere, do Twitter, do Instagram. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't do any of that stuff. Now, part of why I don't do that stuff is I've learned about traffic and where you direct it, and I learned all of this from doing this YouTube channel. Another way that you can make money with a YouTube channel is to do YouTube channel farms. If anyone who's been part of internet marketing way back in the day and they were doing blog farms, you can do the same thing with YouTube channels. That's one of the things that I'm doing. And you can use YouTube and create what's called session times and send traffic to your other channels, which helps your other channels rank and grow. It's a lot of work, but if that's all you do, it's not that bad. Now, one of the things I've noticed lately, or I should say not too long ago with this channel, is there are many people who don't want to do YouTube because they don't want to put themselves out there. They don't want to put their face out there. They don't want to talk to anybody. They just kind of want to make money on the silent side, or be unbothered and have no one know who they are, which means you need to be selling physical products. If you're going to do YouTube and you don't want to show yourself, you don't want to hire anybody, you don't want to create a presentation of who you are, then you're going to struggle. Unless you're really good with editing or you have some kind of gimmick like Leafy's here or AD on A under A grade A under, whatever his name is, just some weird snarky stuff. But the best thing that's going to work, and this is something else that's very, very important. So much of traffic online is going to be video. I mean, it's not all going to be 100% video, but a good 50 to 70% depending upon the demo. And as of today, Instagram now has live video. So that's going to be interesting. Now, am I going to run out and do Instagram? No, I have no audience on Instagram. This is one of the things. This is why I didn't run the Periscope. This is why I didn't run the Twitter. If you got in like super, super early and built an audience there, that can work. But I don't have an audience on Instagram that's really big or that's developed or cohesive. So I'm not going to do that. That's one of the reasons I do these live streams, because there's an audience here. Also, there's authority here. Now, another way that you can make money with YouTube that no one really talks about is you can go out and create a channel in a certain sector. Let's say roofing. Say you know a lot about roofing, but you're not a roofer. You can do roofing. You can go out and interview roofing companies and then do deals with them that, hey, I will put your channel, put your roofing company on my channel, and I'll send traffic to your website. That's a way you can do it, and you can market and target your advertising locally. But once again, this is very unusual. This is radical. So you would literally have to get off your ass and go out your house and talk to people, which is a problem for some people. Just saying, but this is a way that you can go out and make significant money using YouTube. Seriously. I mean, this is reason that I've kind of separated many different things from how I was doing it before. Was YouTube unto itself is a very special marketing device. It's also very difficult and challenging for most people because they can't get out of their own way. So you've got that going on. Now, another thing is, with me using this channel to make money, I've created a really interesting situation. I don't have to leave the house to make money. I choose to leave the house to enhance and build things, but virtually everyone that I've worked with, other than a few referrals, has come from this channel for 8 years. And then when I go out and I talk to people and other internet marketers, there are many people who want to do what I'm doing, but the fastest way they get consistent money is to go out to conventions, hop on a plane, meet somebody to get money. Now, if you do your YouTube channel correctly, you don't have to do that. You can build a YouTube channel in a very quick, very short period of time and start getting in those inbound leads or those targeted leads. And another thing you can do is create a channel about a topic, get leads, and direct those leads to a company and have it and take a cut of the action. Now, with that, you got to get into the legals, you got to get a contract, there's got to be a level of trust and some other things. So just some things to think about. Now, for those of you who are really, really serious about YouTube, I'm going to give you a few pointers here. The camera is important and it's not important. I know that sounds really conflicting, but I'm going to explain. You got to have a script, a agenda, a brand, a story. You got to have something that's going to hook people. You can have a shitty camera, which I had for 2 years, and hook people with good stories, good content. Work on your storytelling skills. Work on your content. Work on building something of substance and then get into the cameras. Now, once you've got your storytelling down, once you've got your business model down, then invest heavily into equipment. Yes, at that point, invest heavily. You don't need it in the beginning because you don't have all of this. You don't have your story, you don't have all this stuff. Just practice on whatever you have. I mean, it could be your cell phone. It could be, you know, like I got all kinds of stuff going on here. I've got like this one I'm playing around because, you know, it's working. I've got one camera. That's one. That's two. That's three. Let's see, I think that one's there. And then I've got 4. Now, you know, for those of you who want to be and learn how to do this, because essentially I will give you the breakdown. I've got a studio here. I'm using my iMac and I've got 1, 2, 3 Logitech cameras, and I got my FaceTime camera, which is on the iMac. So I've got 4 shots. I can change them around. Now, for people who really care and we get into it, I'll tell you why I do it this way, because this is something that I learned from watching really successful YouTube channels. But if you want to put together a studio in your house, multiple camera angles, I'll even give you the whole cost of this. And I'll put the iMac in there. Like that camera, this one right here, which has, if you notice, it's got a wider angle. Let's find the better one. Let's see. Yeah. All right, we'll go here. This is the FaceTime camera. Notice this angle. All right, and this is the new Logitech. It's wider, you know, there's more stuff in here. So 124, some of these are old. Let's just say 220, then the audio, I got the nice H6, so that was like $400. And I got the Sennheiser's audio, that was like $1,600. Let's just deduct $800 because you can buy only one. So let's see, 250, 800, 1200, like $1,500. Then you add the iMac and some other stuff, then that blows it up. Let's just say from scratch, using PCs, you could probably do this for $2,000. My setup is probably, including iMac, about $5,000. Now, that may sound like a lot of money, but back in the day, and I'm talking about in the 80s, one of those cameras was like $200 or $300 grand just for one camera, and they would have 3, 4, and 5. So today, you can do for $2 to $5 grand or less, if you already have the equipment, what these stations and stuff has spent hundreds of thousands or millions to do. That's the power of technology. Let's see. Ooh. I've been using, why is someone here a doctor? That's funny. I've been using iPhone and look better than webcam. Suggestions for lighting kits, external webcams. Is background important or work on that later? Okay, hold on a second. Let me show you something. Let's see how that's going to add up. All right, I might be flirting with disaster here, but we'll see. Let me come out of here. Hold on a second. I need to, I think I can do this. All right. There's an app. This is called Wirecast. Oh yeah, I forgot about the software. The software is like $500. You can use OBS, which is free, but it's not going to be as good. And there's a lot, it can do the same thing, but your learning curve is going to be deep. It's going to be deep. Okay, that's funny. All right, hold on. My Touch ID is not working the way that it should, and I got a ridiculously long ass password. Okay, so what we're gonna do, matter of fact, I'll show it to you. All right, it's this little app here. It's called Wirecast. So you tap it, and then what you do, it's like, okay, it's for some reason, it's there we go. So I have to turn it on, and we're gonna see if that, hold on a second. I got to, well, actually, I may not even have to do that. Hold on a second. Let's see. So this may do something weird. It may not. We'll find out. Okay, so all right, this is the cell phone, which does have a better, now this is 720p, this is the front camera, but you can do all kinds of stuff. Like I can go around the off. Now this is the thing with this, see, because this is running on my wireless. If I move it too much, it tends to degrade, but let's see. Now, I've been playing around because I had like 6 angles because I got 2 iPhones and an iPad. But the thing with these, you know, if you're just, you know, live streaming on Facebook or something, but if you're using this and it's not hardwired into your system, get out of there. Get rid of that. Let's delete that shot and go back here. If you're not hardwired in your system, you can run into a lot of stuff. But that's one of the things, this is one of the things I'm doing differently, and I will tell you a little bit more in a minute. Let's see, I've been using my iPhone. It looks better than webcam. Suggestions for lighting kits. Go to Amazon and play around. I mean, you can get decent lighting kits for $120 to $400. It's worth the money. Your brown dog ate by a rabbit. I would definitely make sure background is clean and clear. Tedium pile of junk is kind of distracting. Yeah, this is actually working tonight. Like if you go to my earlier video today, you'll notice that it looks like it has depth of field. That's just a little trick I learned. And it hides the background. And I'm gonna probably start doing those on the schedule because I can count on that. Like this is working. I'm doing 1080p. I've got stuff really rolling with it. It's like on it, but this is very, very inconsistent in terms of working. Let's see. Early in my channel, so I should worry about all that fancy stuff rather than focus more on content. Focus on storytelling. Focus on creating compelling content. Like your grandfather, right? You go to your grandfather or your uncle and he tells you a little story and you're captivated. You want to learn how to tell stories really, really well. That will transcend shitty video, that will transcend bad audio. It has to be a good story. Audio is more important than video, really. Books I'm referring tonight, we're talking about YouTube. I got under the video, I've got books on my Gumroad store, how to start a YouTube channel. That's what I'm gonna refer right now. Well, you never know what's going to happen when you start messing around with equipment in a live stream, because this is live for those who are here, and later on it will not be. I have to say that because someone will come along later on and be like, hey, is this live? That question kills me. You never know. Like this technology that you can do. And look, all right, I was going to explain what I'm doing. One of the reasons I'm doing live streams is I went ahead and I killed my channel. I broke my channel. So I repurposed a lot of content. A lot of people got pissed off, and I really moved a lot of people off the channel, which is what I was trying to do. Now with the live stream, this new content because it's live. I can't repurpose something that's live. It's got to be new and fresh, right? So more people come, and YouTube treats it differently. It treats it much differently because even with all the changes, I still get like 3-4 times the views organically from live stream than when I upload a regular video now. And that's one of the reasons I'm sometimes do 2 a day. I'll definitely be doing one in the morning because the morning one's probably going to stick, and then we're going to get to a lot more topics. And the evening one, that's just kind of like, I just felt like doing it. I had a really good day, felt like chatting and answering some YouTube questions. All right, so how do you set up your YouTube channel and get subscribers? Now, this is the big problem that everyone has. Creating content isn't the problem. There are so many people uploading videos. You've got to figure out how you can get your content in front of other people. Now, here's where the planning and setting stuff up comes into it. Say you want to do a channel about coin collecting. It would help if you're part of the coin collecting community, Pneumatics, I believe that's what it's called, and you know where all of the coin collecting blogs, because this is how a lot of people get a lot of traffic really, really quickly. They're a member of a blog, they go in and they become what's called a contributor. They're always posting, they're always got something to say, full of knowledge. Typically, these folks can get away with posting stuff that other people can't because they're contributors and they've given and given and given. So you want to find a topic, go find the blogs, and start chatting it up now and getting to know people. So when you come up with your stuff, it doesn't look, quote, spammy. And you know, people kill me up with that. It's like if you do it out of sequence, it's spammy. But whether you do it out of sequence or not, you putting your content somewhere else to get more traffic, it's the same thing. And another place is learn how to post links on Reddit, or get where someone, because if someone posts some of yours on Reddit, it gets a lot of traffic. Or someone posts something on Quorum, gets a lot of traffic back to YouTube and increases your ranking. YouTube loves you and they start spreading your video. I mean, that's one of the best ways you can do it. You know, it's funny now, like, you know, this will probably be, like I said, the last thing about video. I'm just putting it out there because, like I said, I felt as we go on with the channel, we're going to be talking about how to make money without a job. That's going to be a certain focus. Like the video this morning was, you know, your first business. It was educational in terms of things that you should do when you're starting your first business. Things that I went through. I lowered the veil and went back, way, way back. So if anybody's got any questions about YouTube, if not, I'm going to end this in a minute. Be sure to go below the video if you want to be part of Uncivilized Profits, which will include some of this, because the reason I can do everything that I do is marketing. It all starts with marketing. Everything starts with marketing. And marketing is storytelling, it's branding. This stuff's very, very important. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be really, really key to anyone's success who wants to make money using YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or anything. Storytelling. This is one of the reasons that I love the whole thing about writing and crafting stories and art. And that's one of the things that helped me, because I think I've written like 35 books, including the dirty books. So when you write a book, you've got to tell a story in a congruent manner, or people get lost or they get bored. So with some of the books, I created stories within stories and linked them up. That was easier for me, because to go back and forth, I mean, you know, it gets to the point where you're like plotting stuff out. But for those of you who are serious about YouTube, there's an offer below the video, and it's a serious offer for serious people. But if you want to make money like I do, it's going to be very unusual. Well, it was unusual. There are more people doing it, and having a show, having a broadcast, because this is kind of like I'm doing a little podcasting, a little live streaming, and just wrapping all this stuff together because nobody else is doing it. Look for stuff that no one else is doing. When everyone else is doing it, you know, that's a well-beaten path. When does your next book come out? I have no clue. I've got one that's half written. I have no idea when I'm going to release it. I'm not even worried about that right now, because writing now it's pretty much about me. I know it sounds very elitist and egotistical, but stuff I'm writing now, the stuff that is going to be very esoteric, is going to be very wild. There will be a lot of writing in Uncivilized Profit. They'll be crazy, but just putting a book out when I'm building a media company, I like the media company action better. That's just working for me right now. Books will be coming, just I'm in no hurry to put them out. How would I market a book on YouTube? Sure, let me walk you through the steps. Number one, spend a decade getting the expertise in whatever you're going to write about. Very, very important. Two, find an audience, write the book, market the book by creating stories. When I started in 2009, I started doing kind of tutorial-like videos about storage auctions, and nobody really liked it. But when I started saying 3 Mexicans and a crackhead, yes, I'm still with the black guy, the Indian girl who wasn't as pretty as she thought, and I started telling these stories and all these experiences of things that happened to me in the storage auction business, sales just started going crazy. Stories are very, very powerful for sales. But see, this is another thing that many people are trying to skip over. Many people want, like, I'm not mentioning any names because I don't want this video taken down, but you know, from nothing to $100,000 in 6 months is a great story and could have happened. Maybe, you know, I choked on it because I didn't really believe it, but that's not the reality for most people. And many people are trying to get past that apprenticeship, that grooming, that seasoning of who you are by actually doing the shit for real. And you know, you got a lot of people out there who want to write a book and be paid crazy money, and they have really not a lot of experience in what they're trying to sell. That's just going to kill people. So get the experience, go out there and put your stuff out there and build your rep. How did Casey's Neilstat channel blow up so fast? 5 million subscribers in 18 months. 2 words, clickbait. Go to Casey's Neilstat's channel and watch what he says. This is the thing with him. Let's just go ahead and do some stuff that nobody talks about. He was a filmmaker first, and then he became a YouTuber. He is connected to a lot of fucking famous ass people. That helps. Like if I did let's say I lived in California and I wanted to do like a mini TMZ where I actually, because you know, publicists, you ever wonder how these folks happen to be at the airport when they're coming out the airport, and their publicists tell them where they are. So if you get on that list, if I just started having videos with, hey, this video's with Dwayne Wade, this video's with Spike Lee, this video's with Charlene Theron, just start all these famous people whose names are populated in Google or all this other stuff. I mean, he did a lot of clickbait. He did the most I mean, he tells you, he didn't lie about it. He did a lot of clickbait stuff. But also, he's got resources. Got killer resources. Just do some research. And, you know, he sold his first show to HBO, he and his brother, for $2 million. He didn't just like jump in this with no money. He jumped in with a skill set of being able to tell stories. And being connected. His channel didn't just start overnight. I have 64 instructional videos uploaded. I have trouble with editing. Editing is a very important part. It's something you're just going to have to watch a bunch of YouTube videos and learn how to do. It's very much. Let's see, Tom Schaefer, your chutzpah is what captures me, man. Your storytelling is the bomb, and that and the drop shipping is why I followed you. Appreciate it. Because, like, I got another channel, and you have to find it because I'm not recommending it. But I want to be telling more stories because someone was talking to me about the Uber story. And then there's like, I don't know what's going to be next because there's so many things going on. But that's where I'll be telling the stories and probably doing some vlogging. That's what it'll be, because it won't be on this channel. Probably for the next month or more, it'll be nothing but live streams. I will not be putting up a pre-recorded video on this channel. There'll be live streams, probably in the morning, maybe some evening streams, but definitely morning streams. There'll be one in the morning. Don't know what time, because like I said, this is actually working now. It's just, I mean, it's working very well. It's like, I mean, it's awesome. So if this stays like this, I'll do it like this. But the other thing I can count on, because this is like, I'm doing 1080p, and we'll see how that renders out. Vimeo has a totally different business model, so they're not worried about this. We'll see. Yeah, celebrity connections are huge. Yeah, no, for next month or 6 weeks, nothing but live streams. There'll be no pre-recorded videos on this channel, no repurposing the content. It'll be just this stuff. That's just what it's gonna be. All right, I'm gonna bounce. Tomorrow we'll be back to the regular topic of how to make money without a job, and there'll be some other deals, because you know, I got some Black Friday specials coming up, so stay tuned, because they'll be only available in the stream, because I'm not like doing an in-stream offer right now. Everything under the video you can get whenever you want. Let's see, what do we have here? Any thumbnail bait, or is it just part of advertising? What cameras would you recommend? I recommend a camera in your pocket. I would recommend you don't go out and spend any money on any cameras, for the primary reason you need to know if you can stick with this. If you make 20, 40 videos, you got a plan, then you can start investing in better camera. Because see, the thing is, I got one video, 3 Mexicans and a crackhead, and the video is shitty. It's shitty, but that video gets 3,000 views a month. They just find it. So yeah, I'm not doing anything on Thanksgiving. I will be eating and watching football like everyone else. So links below, and there's some books and stuff on Gumroad if you so desire. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and share the Hustler's Kung Fu. So with that, I am out.